On Thursday, the BBC broadcast a Question Time Brexit Special, presumably just to reopen some old wounds that had just started to heal over after 7 years of total rancour following the Brexit referendum, where the British public chose to leave the EU. The live audience for the show was alleged by the BBC to be made up entirely of Leave voters. Far be it from me to question the BBC's honesty, integrity and vetting practices, but I suspect most people who voted Leave wouldn't be seen dead at a BBC recording. The highest profile panellist the BBC had booked for the show was Campbell, arguably the UK's all-time most odious, despicable politician. Far from being given a platform on national television, he should be festering in Belmarsh prison for war crimes, of course. But never mind, none of us is stupid or naive enough to expect justice in the world at this point. I mean, we're all well aware that none of the politicians or scientists that lied to us over COVID, subjected us to 2 years of lockdown, destroyed lives and decimated the economy will never be held accountable for their atrocities either. All too predictably, the emerging narrative of the broadcast was the suggestion that Leave voters regretted their decision, and if they had the chance to vote in another referendum, they'd vote to rejoin, despite there being absolutely no evidence to suggest that that's the case. Meanwhile, on this 7th anniversary of the Brexit vote, a ragbag of still furious windbag legacy media hacks trotted out the same old tedious lists of everything we can blame on Brexit. Hyperinflation because of Brexit, happening across the world of course, but never mind about that. Cost of living crisis, Brexit's fault. Rampant illegal migration, Brexit's fault. Collapse of the NHS caused by Brexit, nothing to do with long-term public sector greed, laziness and corruption. Housing crisis due to Brexit apparently, not because buy-to-let landlords have been taxed to oblivion. Towards the end of this pathetic BBC charade of a debate show, Campbell chimed in with his theatrically grim assessment. I honestly believe this is one of the biggest acts of self-harm we as a country have ever inflicted on ourselves. Exactly the sort of deceitful, irresponsible catastrophising that has always been his repulsive stock in trade. We're out of the unelected, unaccountable economic and social stranglehold of the European Union, and that is the best place for us. It's an undemocratic, monolithic cult of anonymous individuals passing legislation that you never wanted nor asked for that directly impacted your lives. To want to drag us back into it, you'd have to hate this country, its people, and yourself.